Hi, this is Alessio, hope you're well, and in this video I'm going to share with you 3 words which I believe are the key, the secret, one of the secrets to good chart analysis, good trading, and also being able to forecast better for the future as well. So in this video I'll share with you the 3 words that I think could potentially help you when it comes to chart analysis, to forecasting the market, and also in trading in general as well. And by the way, these 3 words, in case you're wondering, are not in English, they're in German. So let's talk about that. And also in this video, I'll share with you the key mistakes that I think people are making when they do chart analysis and when they do forecasting and in trading as well. So guys, let's begin first of all with the 3 words. Again, the 3 words I just mentioned are going to be in German. They're not actually in English. As I'm sure you know by now from my previous videos, I really love almost everything about Germany and about German culture. For example, as you may have noticed, I have a great fondness for German cars like Mercedes or BMW. I only ever drive those kind of German cars. Same goes with German beer. I love German beer. I like German food. German language, I'm a huge fan of. German musical composers, Wagner or Beethoven. And of course, let's not forget the great German philosophers, Nietzsche, Schopenhauer. German actors. By the way, this actor you're seeing here is one of my favorite actors out there. His name is Conrad Veidt. I think that's how it's pronounced, Conrad Veidt, who, by the way, played in one of the most creepy, scary films you probably ever see. It was made in the 1920s, a silent film, by the way. And by the way, some people say that this particular film, which is called The Man Who Laughs, they say Conrad Veidt's character was the inspiration for Joker from Batman. All right, guys, so very interesting. By the way, if you get a chance, watch that film. Anyway, let's continue. By the way, you might be asking at this point, hang on a second, Alessio, is there anything that's German that you don't like? Well, probably, yeah, there is. I would say German women. Oh, guys, I was only joking. I was only kidding, obviously. Obviously, I'm still bitter about my first breakup, which my first girlfriend was German. So I'm still a bit bitter about that. Anyway, she was a pro. No, come on. I didn't mean that kind of pro. I meant she was a professional trader, pro trader. Anyway, guys, let's continue. The fact is, guys, I want to talk to you now about the 3 words. So the 3 words, which are in German, essentially are a rephrasing of the German national anthem. Now, the German national anthem, as you probably know, has these words. Deutschland über alles. I think they say Deutschland, Deutschland über alles, which I think means Germany above everything, Germany above all. I think that's the correct translation anyway. So what I've done is I've rephrased this particular 3 words in the German national anthem to being Preis über alles. In other words, price over everything, price above all. And that, I think, guys, these 3 words, whether you want to say it in German or in English, the fact is, guys, these 3 words are the key, one of the keys, I would say, one of the key points in being able to, first of all, do better chart analysis, better forecasting, and also in better trading. Let me just give you an example of what I mean by this. What do we mean when we say Preis über alles, price over everything? Well, as an example, let's consider this chart of the stock market. In the crash that occurred, as you may recall, in the crash of 2020, in March 2020, when the stock market crashed, again, most stock markets dropped by about 34%. And at that point, guys, when the markets dropped to these levels, most people out there, what were they saying? If you ask most people what their thoughts were about the stock market, their number 1 answer would be, forget it. I mean, this market's going to crash even more. Yeah, we're going to see more continuous drops further down. And the reason why so many people were so bearish about the stock market was because, obviously, of fundamental factors. They were saying things like, okay, we've got a pandemic on our hands, the COVID situation. They were saying we've got a massive depression, massive recession. Again, millions of people being made unemployed. Yes, I mean, the key points about the economy was in huge bad shape. Pandemic was raging through the world. So most people just said, yeah, forget it. Stock markets are bad because of those fundamental factors. Because as I'm sure you know by now, fundamentals, schmundamentals, okay? Because if you're basing your decision based on fundamentals and news narratives out there, then you're going to miss out on huge opportunities and you will basically ignore key things on the charts, which is why we say Preis über alles, price over everything. The price action is what really matters the most. Because if you look at the charts were saying, look, we are hugely oversold. People had just given up. I mean, money managers were extremely bearish at that point. They had completely sold and basically got out of the market. Everyone was expecting markets to continue going lower and we had reached oversold conditions. Again, this was capitulation territory. So at the time, you may remember, I was saying, look, we are reaching capitulation. Capitulation does not mean we're going to bottom immediately, but it means we're very close to a potential bottom in the markets. And that was at the point I got very bullish. So we were actually bullish on the market, especially after it broke resistance, and especially as the market shows signs of an uptrend. So as soon as price action gave us all those factors, signs of capitulation, oversold, over pessimistic, the fact that we're seeing the beginning of an uptrend, all these factors, guys, was showing to us, price was telling us, you know what, guys? The herd, pretty much everybody out there, were wrong. So fundamentals, schmundamentals, news narratives about the pandemic and the coronavirus, all that might be true. The fact is, guys, the stock market did not care. The stock market didn't care one bit because it rallied by 60%, as you can see from the March lows to the highs we reached there, despite all the bad news. Guys, remember, the stock market rallied despite the bad news. Pretty much everyone thought the market would never rally. I mean, people were saying this is a fake rally, nonsense. So what was happening, guys, is that people were ignoring the charts. People were ignoring price action. The lesson we have to learn is this: price über alles, price over everything. Trust the price action. Let me repeat those words. Trust the price action. Trust the charts. Remember what the great investor Bernard Baruch once said: show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Not let's look at the news or the fundamentals, schmundamentals, and then we'll look at the charts. By the way, the opposite is also true. If you remember back in 2019, the massive rally we had the previous year in 2019, guys, everybody was super bullish at the time. Everyone was saying the fundamentals of the economy are strong. Why? Because there was low unemployment. I've said this to you guys, as I'm sure you know by now. This is a complete nonsense. Just because the fundamentals of the economy are strong or the unemployment numbers are low does not mean that the economy will continue to be strong, because those things are lagging indications. Unemployment numbers and economic conditions are lagging indicators. That's why I chose to ignore what everybody else was saying about the economy. And guys, notice in 2019, the dumb money sentiment, pretty much everybody out there was super bullish. Look at this chart, showing extreme optimism in the markets, extreme optimism and over-bullishness in the markets. That was a massive contrary signal, showing to us we have to be careful. That was why at the time I did not get into the market. I stayed on the sidelines until the market gave us at least a pullback or a retracement. Don't get me wrong here, guys. I'm not trying to say I saw the crash coming. I did not see a massive crash like that. In fact, to me, that was a big surprise when it dropped by a massive amount like that. The fact is, though, by looking how overbought we were and how super bullish everyone was back in 2019, that kept us safe and out of the market so we don't fall into the trap of being in this crash that occurred in 2020. Let me give you another example. Suppose the charts show the price is falling and falling in a downtrend. All right, guys? Now, let's say some good news comes out, but price ignores it and continues to drop. Let's say the price continues to drop below the 21 moving average. So as long as the price stays below the 21 average and is trending lower, who cares what the news comes out? Because the news might come out good, but the price may continue going lower. That actually happens sometimes. Sometimes good news comes out and price continues to drop. Why? Because sometimes in strong downtrends, in bear markets, price often ignores good news. Okay? In fact, rallies get sold and price continues to drop. So until we actually see the signs of an uptrend, or capitulation, overbought conditions, until we see a conglomeration, a merging of different important price action factors coming together, okay, then we can ignore pretty much what the fundamentals, or the news narratives are out there. Guys, again, remember, there are two types of information. News for the masses, pretty much all the new stuff, garbage out there, fundamentals, and of course, information for the classes. So remember, information for the masses, information for the classes. And of course, we need to remember other key factors as well. Always having a stop loss, always believe that anything can happen, believe in uncertainty. All these things are important as well. All right, guys, thank you very much indeed for watching this video. I hope this video helps. I look forward to seeing you in the next video update. Cheers, bye now.